Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
You should meet us in OMAD Club this Monday, everybody. You've heard about the benefits, both physical and mental, but we still want to make it even easier for you, okay, than ever before. Use code HALF, HALF, at keithandthegirl.com/OMAD. Use it right now. Join us this Monday. Leave your camera off if you want. You can have it off the whole time. You still get the benefits. Come be in a place that might make things easier for you. keithandthegirl.com/OMAD. Use code HALF. See you there. All right. How's everything going over there, Chemda?
It's going well. Oh, I got good results I was finally able to go get a CAT scan. It's clear. Okay. Everything's good.
Just an update. Just a tumorless update.
Yeah, a tumorless update. Exactly. And plus, because of quarantine, when people go, how are you doing? I no longer know how to answer. I can't tell if it's sincere, if we're doing a mic check. So just now when you said, how are you? I'm like, I guess my CT scan is clear. So that's how I am. Excellent. Good.
That's great. Tonight, the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon from HBO, Conan, Comedy Central. The new album is called Words. It's out right now. Rojo Perez.
What up? So happy to be back with you guys.
It's good to see you. And I don't know if we couldn't have covered this. So your Jimmy Fallon set just came out and I watched it and I like that you threw in his name in the middle of your joke.
I appreciate that.
I was like, oh, I just sat up and I was wondering if you thought of doing that beforehand and you put it in, or was that off the cuff?
Excuse me, I had the thought, but I was only going to do it if the set was going well.
Okay.
It wasn't, if I felt like this was going tight, I was like, I'm not even acknowledging this dude. I just got to power through it.
Would it be funny if if it didn't go well, God forbid, your set, and at the end go, anyway, thanks for writing this with me, Jimmy. Bye. But what was the joke? I missed this.
It really doesn't it had nothing to do with I think it was about the kid crying, and it was just like a reference that they weren't with me, and I just go, very important, and I think I could just go Jimmy, right. But I never look. He's behind you, so it wasn't like I was able to look at him.
He basically was, if I'm talking to you, like you're the audience, like, right, Jimmy, anyway, blah blah blah, like just kind of like you're still there, right? Yeah,
right. When you mentioned this in the new album. And I've heard you say before, so I don't know, you never know what's really up to date. Are you just saying this for the sake of the joke? Are you looking into quitting drinking? I feel like I hear this from you every so often.
Yeah, I think I've slowed. I mean, quitting now, but I've definitely slowed down. No, come on, I'm having fun.
Right. You just got to get to the part where you were drunk and fell asleep on the subway. You're not really trying to quit.
No, but that's years ago, baby. This is Hollywood. What are we doing? This wasn't a week ago. No, I've scaled back. I've been working out more. I'm definitely drinking more water. I'm starting to pick up wine, and because I don't really like it that much. I only will have like 2 glasses of wine, and that'll be like.
That's how much you drink a thing forever. You don't want. That's how much you drink a thing you don't want.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Okay.
I just don't love it.
In fact, it's starting to get better. But the point is,
it's an acquired taste, but it'll probably stop.
Acquiring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you watching the Olympics?
I've been trying to, but fucking NBC, I don't know when the shit's live or when it's a replay or when it's 2016. It's the worst. Nobody's going to Peacock to watch your fucking sports. Put it on regular TV, NBC, USA, and maybe NBC Sportsnet. That's it. They do so much. I hate them.
Do you not get into it not knowing? Well, I asked, do you not know it? Right. What's Fallon on? Is there trouble now?
That's why I was like, no, I love your late night program. You guys are great.
Could you not get into it in case it's not live?
I feel like the excitement of watching the Olympics is talking with other friends and like tweeting and like live eventing what's happening. But if it happened at 7 a.m., all my friends know who won. So I was
Right.
out here screaming at 1 p.m. over the women's national team. They already celebrating. They already moved on, and I'm out here real nervous.
I just am picturing you, live tweeting or texting, and I'm not sure what you would be texting or talking about during the Olympics. Something like, "Oh, belly flop, that's gonna hurt." Like, I don't.
Exactly. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's all we want. We want to go. You see this piece of shit fall? That was crazy, wasn't it?
Who
And
was
then
there? Was
any
there was
sports fan.
there was somebody on Twitter. Fuck, I wish I remember their name, but they were like they should put in a regular person for every one of the sports as an indicator of how, like, just a comparison.
I
Did you
did
see
see that tweet just to show how difficult it actually is to do whatever they're doing in the sport. Man, I just saw that too. That was great.
Yeah.
Credit goes to that person.
I'll find it and retweet it. So credit goes to me now, and then links back.
You saw the news about what's the Biles is her name, the woman
Biles.
gymnast Simone. She is an Olympian, and at the last minute she says, "I'm too nervous to perform," or something like this. Something's going on with my mental health, and I can't be part of it. And what's funny also is just the timing. Well, now you're still in every Twitter ad and everything, and the greatest will be up soon.
Yeah.
And I guess she's the best gymnast. But yeah, people are angry, like they would understand it at all. This is your duty.
Sure, and I don't know, man. She's competed multiple times. She's won a bunch. If it's this quote unquote like USA pride, she done it.
Right.
She put gymnastics on the map. We were talking about the fucking creeps before Simone. We were talking about those piece of shit head coaches who were touching kids. And then Simone came and we're like, yeah, gymnastics are back. She did a bunch. I get it.
Wow.
I get why, like.
That must have
Go
been
ahead, I'm
really
sorry.
hard. The way I see it is like you're about to get married and one of the people pulls out. Like, it seems like you're just walking away, but what a big decision. I don't think either one of you guys like the words pull out. I apologize for using that phrase.
Or marriage.
Oh, yes.
So you lost us on both points of this topic.
But the guy, the tweets comment, the hate tweets comment is from, some pig in his boxers watching TV with, beer and pizza on his gut.
Fishing Dorito out of his belly button.
Yes.
Yeah, not from my country. Not in my country. Fucking idiots.
Oh, now that's why you don't like the word marriage. What an image. Ugh.
When you were, speaking of Olympics, when you were a kid, Rojo, you drowned. Or you almost drowned. I guess you're still
I almost
alive.
drowned. Yeah, I was a young teen.
Okay, how old?
13, 14.
Okay, where was it? That happened to me at my sister's birthday party. That I was just gonna swim on the side because it was at the swimming pool. As I'm drowning, I'm like, how embarrassing.
Yeah, but was your story, Rojo, like, was it your fault? Like, it was Keith's fault in his story? Because Keith knew he couldn't swim and then dove off a diving board. So are you relatable?
No. This was not my fault. As you know, in beach water, the current will take you sometimes. So we were all playing. I could swim. I just wasn't the best swimmer. It's different than diving off a board knowing you had no hope.
Well, you run real fast, you jump real far on the board.
And then what?
And then
then you got to go down. You don't stay there.
But I could jump. I don't want to brag, but I can jump to almost half the pool. And then when you get there, then you can kind of paddle until you can breathe. And then
that's called swimming.
So I can swim then. It's called what, Khanda?
No, because you were drowning, so you don't know how to swim.
Did somebody have to pull you up?
Yeah.
How old are you in this?
But I've done it before and older than 13, let's just say.
You were an adult.
I was up there. In some countries you should be building a house, yes.
And you still doggy paddling.
Yeah. But everybody
Who
acts like
saved
it's
you?
my fault.
It is your fault. It's your fault. You put yourself and other people in danger with this crazy scheme of I will get halfway there and then I think I know how to swim, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to swim. And every time somebody tells me that I know how to swim, I have to yell at them for saying, I swear to God, I don't know how to swim, but I'll paddle halfway.
Yeah, so this is me telling everybody you're wrong. I don't swim. And
How quickly into this paddle do you panic? How
question.
quickly do you hit the water and go, fucked up?
I slipped on the diving board, fell straight down. Right
uh.
then is about when.
Oh my God. You know what? I know that we've been over this, but I have to ask you because I remember when you almost drowned in the ocean, you weren't very vocal about the fact that you were drowning. So you kind of had to save yourself. How vocal were you during this pool near drowning?
Pretty vocal.
How did who saw you, who saw you and saved you?
The lifeguard.
Please.
Oh fucking hell.
Oh man,
Holy shit.
I
Yeah,
can't.
happy birthday, Chris. They're gonna take me out now.
So your sister's personal pool had a lifeguard.
It was the
Just
school
for
pool.
you?
It was the school
Okay. It wasn't like they hired
Right.
because they knew Keith
If
was
not-
coming.
pool. He's gonna try to jump off the thing. Try not to, but he moves fucking fast. You see him on that board, you start walking over to where you think he's gonna land.
You know what? At that
Oh.
point, they should stamp your body with like some blue color or something that
Mhm.
like warns people when you see this in the pool, you should know you're jumping in.
So yeah, I told you it's their fault.
Amazing.
And then I remember, then the other embarrassing part is going to the hospital after, and they want me to pee in a cup, and I'm sitting on the bed trying to pee in a cup, just exhausted. Like, so I guess they didn't want me to even go to the
You
bathroom.
trying
or
to pee
something.
sitting down?
Yeah.
I got a problem with this at the beginning. From
Yeah, I
jump.
think I was
You
on my
ain't
knees.
standing a pee.
I think I was on my knees on the bed, and nothing was coming out. And then as soon as I take the bottle away, pee just starts pouring out. So I'm ready. I'm almost going to drown again. And I say to the nurse, "Oh, they peed the bed," and she's like, "Oh, that happens." And I knew even then, I'm like, it never happens. But okay, really, you expected it to happen?
So you were old enough that you should know how to swim, but not old enough that peeing the bed made sense yet.
Thank you.
How old are you? Like 18, 17?
16, 17, 18, maybe.
Okay.
That was a
Alright.
long 3 years.
It was a busy 3 years. That was happening.
By the way, Keith still was Mr. Irresistible in high school.
They find it charming.
Oh,
This
I
kind of
can't.
behavior.
Look how vulnerable he is.
Yeah.
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 Where? But your problem was in the ocean.
Mine was in the ocean. We were playing tag, and this was just we'd play it a lot. And then I went swimming away from the person who was it, and then I got too far out, and then the person who was it had to come save me and be like, drag me back, and she was like, "You're it now."
And you're alive, but you rest.
But yeah, but
Were you actually physically getting pulled under or you just couldn't make it back?
I think I couldn't make it back. I was just like, we'd been playing for a while, so by the time I got further out, I was just tired, and then the wave started just pulling me further out.
Oh, wow. That's so scary.
Yeah. She was a great swimmer though.
Yeah. Was she your age dragging your body?
Yeah. She was also, I think she had like her lifeguard license or whatever, but she put it to use that day.
Oh, you made sure. Good job.
Yeah, she
Good
was
on you.
great. No
Both of you.
freebies.
Yeah. Really, really helping women out.
Penda was alluding to a time when I was in the ocean. It was our honeymoon, I believe, in the ocean in Hawaii, and I'm like hanging onto one of those bodyboards, just like looking up at the sunset, my back to the beach. All of a sudden,
Legs in the back floating, like
Yeah.
like okay, good.
really
I
living
want
the
the whole
life.
thing. Go ahead.
I turn around and I am so far out. and I still can't swim. And I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm calling over for my new wife, and come get me.
No,
She
no, no, no,
thinks-
no, 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 no. When you say calling, what was
Yes.
your level? 0 to 12.
like a 6, 7.
Like it's like, hey, if you're not busy, like that, like
Come
a
on, what
like
just-
a polite, like, oh hey, we just got married. Your husband might be drowning, but if you're busy, it is a busy time.
Well, she knows I can't swim. So if you see me
So
going,
again,
hey,
on her,
nodding
is where
over,
you're-
yeah, yes,
Right?
yes, yes. I
You
took
put
swimming. You know I can't swim. First of all, it starts with the teachers. No teacher is able to teach me how to swim, and I went to the pool. Had a school every summer. That didn't help me at all. Then in this situation, she knows I can't swim, so just come out and get me. And she's like, just come on in. I'm like, you have to come out though, and I don't want to ruin anybody's vacation, so I'm at a 6, 7 level. Yeah, come on over. Like, okay, just come on over. And I'm like, no, you come on over. I can't move. Well, of course you can move. People know how to move. You have a board too. And I'm like,
Right.
but I don't. So getting kind of scared now. Yeah, okay.
You-
So just come on over. I'm like, God damn
You
it.
put those vows to the test right away.
Yeah.
Till
Yeah.
death do us part.
That's
Fuck
when
it.
I-
First
that's-
two days.
That's when I knew. And so then if
That's
it
when
gets
I
to the
knew.
point where I feel like I have to let the board go. That's obviously the only thing keeping me afloat.
I don't know why that one was even on the list. There's only one of two things you have to do, and one of them is let the thing go that's holding you up.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be out there forever. So I
Or
gotta
die?
try. I gotta try to swim a little bit.
So getting on the board wasn't an option.
Getting on the. I see what you're saying.
Is
no.
this the first time you've thought of this?
I tried. I mean, I had the board, so my top half is on the board. I'm trying to kick, but the current isn't letting me go anywhere.
Is this board is holding you back? What if you
May-
try to flail around?
Perhaps it is. So I have the board tied to my wrist, but I let
Okay.
the board go, and I try to swim. I can't swim much with the current. Then I try to get the board back, and I can't.
Why? Because
you
it's
couldn't
the,
pull it in.
I couldn't pull it in. Correct.
Yeah.
And then I start really drowning, and she finally gets it.
was she like alerted to it, alarmed? Was she?
I mean, what kind of game am I playing where I'm just
And then how does she say? By the way, she's half his size. Okay, very clearly half his size.
I don't want to brag, but I'm light in water.
Okay, so she comes out into the current for you.
Yes.
Does she drag you by the
For
board?
me.
or
For what
by-
did she need awards now? Yes,
but
she
you
came
can-
in the current for her new husband.
You can get pulled too. She could drown both of you by going where you are. This
Then-
is very serious, Mister.
Oh,
I don't know how to swim, but I take swim vacations constantly.
So she had to go there and decide, do I risk my life?
Like Rojo said, testing right away. Like, okay, better or worse. Here we go. So she pulled you out by the board
Yes.
or by the body?
I don't remember. Well, I guess by the body because the board was
You
really
had
on
passed
me, I
out by
think.
then.
Yeah.
You had fucking you were out.
Did you
What's
swallow
the-
anything?
Yeah, the ocean. Sure.
Or are you saying Rojo?
What's the rest of that evening like?
Well, I'll tell
What
you.
happened?
Oh, may
It's-
I before super quick. See, this is Keith's thing. If you go back in time and you listen to some of our shows, every time he comes back from a vacation, he's like, so here's how I got sick this time on the first day. So people don't ask me to do things on vacation the rest of the time. This was this.
We went to the beach. I'm out of it, of course. Then I said, okay, I'm going back to the room. She's like, okay, I'll stay on the beach a little longer. I'm like, I didn't say this, of course, but I'm like, I almost died. That's a little rude, but okay. Okay, she didn't understand that I almost died. But what game do you think I was playing where I'm playing buoy in the water?
She already knew this marriage was over. She
She
was looking
knew.
for a motherfucker who could swim. She's like, I'm gonna hang on this beach, see who knows how to kick a little.
She did mumble when she put me on the beach. She's like, that was going to be my out. That's why she had to decide. Oh, well. So that was a Tuesday. The divorce was on Wednesday. And oh, well, what are you going to do?
Do you not get in the water anymore now?
I still do. Sure.
And nothing stops him.
No,
Okay.
No, I'll go on a raft in the middle of the ocean and be like, if this pops, I'm dead. So it's very exciting to me. Yeah, I'll go to water parks, hope for the best, you know. But you know how they say you throw yourself, right? You throw the kid in water and he'll figure it out automatically because he has to. I'm 47. I'm hoping it hits someday.
Mm.
You are
But-
gonna keep throwing yourself into bodies of water
Yeah,
and going
yeah.
like, "Why can't anyone save me?" You should at least give a heads up, like on your way down. I don't know how to swim. Just get there faster with people.
How about people learn how to teach people to swim? How about that? They
What?
don't. They do it with fucking children because I guess you can do it when you're young. You kick them over, like that's a fucking skill, and but they can't do it when you're an adult.
They got old people classes.
They're doing fucking aerobics.
Oh, I'm sorry. You too good for aerobics. You
I-
can't fucking swim. You don't
I-
want to start at the basics. That's the problem.
I
Kids
could do-
start wherever you teach them.
I could
You
do
out here
jumping-
trying to be uppity about swimming, and you don't know how to do this shit.
I could do jumping jacks in 3 feet of water. I would like to learn how to swim. And then anytime that, and then everybody loves to try to teach me for fun. Like if we're at the beach or something, you can't swim, I'll teach you. Then they show you the same thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never seen swimming. Then it's like, okay. Then I go and do that, you know, the arms and legs. You know how swimming goes. And they go, oh, okay, you did it. You could swim. I'm the one who taught you. Yay me. The end. It's like, well, okay.
Dude,
Because you can float for a certain amount of time and you're just kind of moving around but you can't breathe.
There's no breathing technique. There's no, you can do it. You just do it longer. Like, okay.
do people hold you from the bottom? Like,
Yeah,
do they have
but
to do it that way, and then
they
you just
try.
start the.
They try. I mean, I know how to make my body horizontal in the water. Yeah, I've never learned a thing from anybody.
I've never seen someone so cocky about something they can't do. This is wild how you talking down to me. Yeah, I know how to keep my fucking body up. No, don't give me attitude. I'm just asking questions.
Because it seems like he knows how to swim. He has the confidence of a person jumping into the water who knows how to swim. He says, I know how the arms and legs go. What are you trying to teach me? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think fucking swimming is? And then, yeah, like you said, he just gets mad at everything. It's everybody's fault.
But everybody thinks they could teach it, but nobody has some new technique. And it's like, well, you do your arms one at a time. Well, again, I have a television set. I know that. But the point is, they're always so proud. They're going to be the one that knows how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone's mistake for believing that you're teachable in that moment.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, you never had any drowning scares, Kenda?
Yeah. Yeah, because the current. So I was in, I think I've said this before, in a wave pool where you would think like they create the waves that don't drown you. No. There's definitely a place in the wave pool that I feel like I've touched on it before. And I'm like, oh, that feels weird. But, you know, you can get like right out of it. It pulled me and I was like, oh my God, this is the way I drown in a fucking made up wave pool. Like, this is supposed to be still water and I'm actually legit going under. And I swim, and at the time I probably swam even better, but I swim fine. So I just needed enough energy to make it like, maybe it was like 2 feet from the ladder, but it took all of my strength. And I happened to get on one of those side ladders. Also, one time I got caught in a wave. And you can feel like, you know how when you see the surfers on TV, they get under a wave and it flips them every which way. Got flipped, water went up my nose, and you suddenly realize the power of the ocean, because it wasn't even in like in deep water. It just took me. And so now I'm a little more paying attention to the wave. I go under it before it breaks a lot of times. I don't let it break on me at a certain place, because if it breaks on you in a certain place, you're going with it and turning over. It's very dangerous.
That many panic when a wave does get you and you're like wrapped, because it doesn't last that long, but it's that like couple seconds where you go, holy fuck, I don't know where I'm at, what just happened.
And
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
just
fight
weird.
it. You have to go with it. Like in that few seconds, you have to be like, don't even try to fight it, because I think that's how you break your leg. That's how it goes even worse. And you're now putting energy into something that has you. So just let it ride and hope you don't land on your neck. Anyway,
When
the
did-
beach is great and I miss
That's
it.
probably how we should teach you how to swim. Just get you in a wave and just let that bitch do his job. You'll figure it out. I guarantee you'll figure it out.
It seems like I've done things like that and it hasn't. I don't know. Do you guys remember learning to swim? Or you just did it, right? Because it
Yeah,
happens.
No,
so
I
young.
remember learning.
I remember learning. I learned in summer camp, but I don't remember it being a difficult thing. I think you either take to it or you don't. I remember learning how to dive. And you stood there above the water and you could see a bunch of children lining up and they're just psyching themselves out. And you just stare at the water and you're like, all I have to do right now is jump. But it just scares the shit out of you that your head's going in first. And you just stand there with your arms above your head, like any second is going to happen. And you can stay there the entire period just waiting for it to happen, and the teacher is just like doing other shit while you're like, no, I'm gonna do it. If I stand here long enough, my body will just tip over. But I
Yeah.
learned. Oh, and then I used to do like, dives off the diving board. I did a handstand off the diving board, flipped into the water. I was very into water.
Did you guys have Olympic stuff in your school? Like we would in our gym, like we'd have parallel bars and that kind of thing, but they never taught you how to use it. You're supposed to, they were acting like, we'll just see what you gravitate towards, but you still have to
Mm.
tell me how to use a horse.
Yeah.
There's
To
handles
know if
on it.
I'ma
What do I
like it
do?
or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would bring out that horse like once a year when they're like, and now we learn gymnastic-ish kind of stuff. But yeah, they'd go put your hands here and throw your body over to the other side. And I was like, I don't think so. That's
Yeah.
not what my body does. So nope.
We had the rings hanging from the ceiling. And
Well, you
so
had a lot of things. We didn't have a pool and rings. We didn't even have a rope that you had to climb like they show on TV.
they
Oh,
go,
no, we didn't have any of that either.
I'm on the rings and like, all right, flip your body. And I'm like, well, I don't know if there's a technique, but I'm unable to. And they're like, Mally, get down. So now I got to figure out how to jump down without dying. And that was all the training for different things. And I think when it comes to swimming, I'm just now too old. I don't know.
What
But
if
My school
like,
didn't teach anything. I remember being in gym and we're playing the baseball. They didn't tell you how to play baseball. And I didn't have a dad that did stuff with me. So somebody's running from first to second. I threw the ball at them. Mally,
Ooh,
get
that's-
out of here. And I'm like, I don't know. Everybody knows that, you fucking idiot. Get out of here. That's the teacher.
you know what?
I
I was in
picked-
yeshiva and I still learned the sports. They actually taught us. We even played dodgeball, little Jewy kids running around trying to hit each other.
I think you're just supposed to know in my school. No.
I picture you bald with glasses as a kid.
Mhm.
And you just peg another kid. O'Malley, go hit the showers.
Right.
Okay.
Now, this might be a stupid question. In the army, you don't have to do anything in water or be prepared for water. None of the training
No.
is just in case we're in some sort of army fight that I don't know, they could just drown you. They just throw
No.
Mally in the water. There he
We-
goes.
We didn't have any army things. They're like, make a Navy buddy. But no, there wasn't any water thing.
Oh, okay.
And they probably would have asked, hey, anybody here can't swim? I wouldn't have said, I don't think.
They just
Oh
moved
my
you to the
God.
National Guard.
I'll just be yelled at, right? I'm like, well, you're not going to teach me and you're not going to go have a good day out of the army, So I also hope for the best and that it's a bluff. And it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. In the army, they asked you if you know how to swim and you just said yes because it's better than
I feel like they did ask and I didn't say that I can't. And then nothing ever happened since then. That's
You
what
have-
I think.
you are the least fearful person I've ever
No,
met.
I'm fearful of drill sergeants yelling at me. So how
Oh.
about, you know what? I can do everything everybody else can do. Who gives a
That's
shit?
true. You don't like people yelling at you. That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do not. I was left-handed. And then I in the army, they're like, hey, who's a special kind of person that needs to learn things on their left hand and not be normal and shoot a gun with their right hand. I'm like, I'm normal. Let's figure this out. And I do everything with my right hand.
How bad? How were you as a shot?
Good. I was perfect, actually. Yeah, that I can do.
You ever try with your left just for fun?
No, but I have written with my right hand just for fun, and that's a mess. So I can picture if guns are involved, I don't want to be switching and fucking about.
So you would have gotten in trouble for being left-handed? Oh, because you don't want to stand out at all in the
I don't
army.
want to stand out at all, right?
Did you
And
ever
now
get
it's
in real
natural.
trouble for standing out?
No, but people are confused. Like, oh, I was in the army. Well, how can you not be a smartass? And it's like when they're telling you, how not to die, you tend to listen. You don't act out. Yeah, no, I had no problem just doing what you're supposed to do. And then I learned the secret is if you fuck something up, whatever, maybe you're supposed to hand something out to everybody and you miss a person, then immediately punish yourself and go, permission to do 10 push-ups because I'm a piece of shit, drill sergeant. And like, go ahead. I'm like, it's only 10, you fucking idiot.
But he doesn't add that last part out loud that he does now.
Right. It's something I see my stepkids doing. Like, Mom, I fucked up. I shouldn't have dessert. Shouldn't have dessert. You killed the person. Yeah, probably for tomorrow too. All right, go to bed. Okay. I see what they're up to because I did it.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Speaking of exes, you were telling now this has been some time now, Rojo, but you told a story about your ex invited you to her wedding.
Yeah.
In your stand-up, it seems like it really that it fucked with you. Is that true?
Yeah, that's one person I struggle to be friendly with now.
Okay. How soon after the breakup?
I mean, I think the marriage after the break, that wedding invite was probably a year and a half, but
okay.
I think they started dating very soon. Some might say we overlapped.
Right.
Some might say I was leaving when he was coming in.
Right.
We saw each other on the hallway.
he immediately understood how to, jiggle my toilet handle.
Yeah. So yeah, that person I'm friendly-ish, where it's cordial,
okay.
But it's not somebody I can really still chat it up with.
And you did go to the wedding?
No, I did not go to the wedding.
Okay. Good for you. I think there's like some weird emphasis that like if we're friends with our exes, it makes us nicer people. It makes us have had better decisions. Like, oh, why would I have dated this person if it's not someone I would be friends with? But I say don't be friends with your ex. Tolerate them and do a podcast with them, but don't be friends.
I don't know, because like, do you have to say like, hey, I don't want you to think I'm hung up on you, so I have to go to the wedding because
I don't even think I remember. I think the invite came and then there was a phone call where she was like, "Hey, are you didn't RSVP yet? Are you coming?" I was like, "Nah, thank you." Also, I ain't giving you a gift. Get the fuck. I'm not buying you a gift. Stop this. I'm not going to this. I don't care how open the bar is. I ain't going to this shit.
Who ended the relationship?
This new guy.
As I'm saying, probably the husband. Yeah, he probably was like, I think 3 is a little much. We should probably scale someone out of this. And I was on the other side of the door. I was like, do I get a vote? Can I?
Sorry, baby, your lover's giving me bad vibes. Do you does he pop up? Do these guys pop up on Facebook memories, stuff like that?
She will. Yeah, she sent me a text after every now and then when something cool happens. She's aware. She sent me a text over Fallon. She sent me like a screen grab of like listening to the album.
Because you asked for like proof now, this fucking cheater.
I go, did he listen? Have him send me a photo. Have him send me one.
You tell a story when you were a kid. You were into cockfighting, right? Or at least you popped in for a minute.
Is that fighting with your dick, or is that actual
roosters? Yeah.
I don't know what millennials do.
Was this in Puerto Rico?
No, right here in Queens. No.
Okay. I remember I went to San Juan and I think this is where I saw it. Yeah, because it was as soon as you get off the plane, huge silo looking building says on it cockfighting. And I'm like, there's no way this is legal. And it recently closed when I Googled it. I saw that, but I mean, it was cleaned and washed and pretty pristine. Have you? So
Well, COVID.
It was before that, to be clear, obviously. But yeah,
if they had a legal cockfight and yet keeping 6 feet of distance,
right.
How great would that fucking? Oh my
respect,
god,
respect.
So good.
I'll add an extra knife on his hand. So how old were you when you did it? Because your brother did it.
Yeah, I was too young.
Okay.
So my brother and a friend of his, they had a bunch of them at his friend's. The friend's name is Henry. Just not keep saying friend, but at Henry's house. Henry shows up a lot in this story.
All right.
But so Henry, like in the backyard down, like there was like a pit where his mom's house was, and they built out this whole like ring like in blue tarps, and they'd have a bunch of different like roosters in cages and little ones they were training, and him and my brother went like half in on all of them.
And the mom obviously knows about this place.
Yes, I mean, because also they're making money.
Okay,
let's get that. Like they were winning, like my brother and his friend were winning these fights, so they were also like they had at one point they had to have more than 20 roosters on the bottom of this lady's house. Like it was a pretty big thing. So my brother
did they ever seem to feel bad, or it's just the culture? What's the problem?
Honestly, no. It genuinely was the culture of just how a thing we grew up in, and that's like I try to really preface it in that story because I know how it comes off now.
Right.
So I do a lot of, like when I was still doing that story, I did plenty of groundwork of being like, hey guys, I'm aware this shit was not okay. I am just relaying what my experience was. But no, it really wasn't. And I was talking to somebody else about this. I don't know if it's because we don't consider them pets, or like they're not in the house, or there isn't that connection for some reason to roosters that there are to dogs.
Sure. Well,
there's something more humanizing about a dog fighting, and it looks more aggressive, I think.
Well, rooster makes us think of a chicken, and we don't compare food to how a dog tastes.
Yeah, sure. And it's also exactly what we quote unquote use those animals for.
Right.
But no, I honestly, I think as a kid, I had to be like 9. Maybe
that's very
10.
young.
Yeah, it was too young. As a family, we all failed that day. Like me, brother, and mom, we all fucked up that day.
Like, did she give you any advice that she learned from her other son about cockfight? Just like go out there, keep an eye on your little brother.
Really, she would. I'd go with my brother during the days, and I'd watch them. Like they put these little like booties on them.
Okay.
Like it's like a little glove on their feet. And then they'd tie the beak so they'd spar. They'd have two going, and they would just tap each other. So it doesn't really, like, there's no like cutting, and there's no like actual pecking. So that's how they trained them. So I feel like at that time as a kid, I think that's how I thought they just went. I thought it was just a regular like
they were going to spar forever, but obviously
they would spar for a little bit, and then eventually somebody would go, "Hey, this is the winner."
Right.
And then you take yours back and go, all right, fuck it. We'll try again next week.
Right.
I didn't know it was till the death. I didn't realize it was to the end.
Oh my God. You know what? I didn't realize either until I didn't really think about how you end a cockfight. I never thought about it. I think I would think the same thing if you asked me, like, okay, the 10 pecks and that's a winner.
Yeah, I think that makes much more sense.
Holy shit. Ew, that's disgusting. Then you have dead birds, and then
so sometimes like even the bird gets eventually because they fight in a way of like trying to show dominance, like this is my space, the roosters. Right. So eventually sometimes one will get hurt enough that rooster will like turn away and be like, man, I'm fucking done. And then every now and then they'll just stop the fight that way, but a lot of times they'll just keep going till So one is
Oh.
just quote unquote almost dead or dead.
Did you see? Would you see somebody like put a knife on a rooster, and then you're like to your brother, like, "Oh, we should do that." And he's like, we are. You fucking idiot. We are doing that.
That's pretty smart. The way they attach the little thing at the bottom. That's good.
Oh, you happen to bring one with you? Okay, good.
The real thing was I begged my brother to give me one, and he finally was like, "Here, this one can be yours." But I just wanted it at the house. I didn't want it with the other ones, and that's probably the first mistake. It had a real comfy life where we lived. It had nothing but space. It ate all the time. Nobody ever hit it. The shit was living great. And
yeah, but there's a bird in your house. Ugh.
Or I mean, like in the bed, not in the house. In the bed. I'm sorry, like in our field or whatever.
Oh, okay,
land.
okay. I thought it was
Not
like
a roommate.
Yeah, I thought it was like coming into
No.
your bedroom and sleeping by your side. Okay.
No, it was just around us.
And so one day you do put it in the
one day it's eventually he got big enough, and it was like time to like, all right, let's go.
And it dies, obviously, right?
I mean, this shit ended. If you blinked, you would have missed it. If I went to get an empanada, you did not see Benny lose. This
did you
shit
cry?
Ended. I didn't cry. I couldn't process what I had just seen. It was the quietest drive home I've ever been on. And just me and my brother being like, golly, man, that was, oh boy. Yeah. That's the only time I ever went.
Do you ask him, like, when do we pick him up?
How long he gonna be in the ER?
Yeah.
Do they sell tickets to come and join, or it's just like a big betting pool?
I can't remember if there was like a $5 entrance fee or something, but it's mostly just people coming to bet. And then you'd bring a lot of people would bring like 5 or 6 different ones.
How does the house win though? Like, why would I do it at my place? Just to have it done, or maybe
you mean like the space? I'm assuming they would get the bar and food.
Oh, it was
a
whole place.
Thing. Yeah, it's like people are selling booze. It's like an event. It's not just like 8 dudes in a corner. Like, this shit was loud and it was open, and you knew it started at noon and the shit would go till like 5 p.m. or whatever.
Okay. I'm picturing somebody's basement.
This was north of like 60, 70 people. For like, it was a pretty big space.
Does Rooster get on the menu? Like, it's more available later in the day?
I usually stuck with empanadas.
Okay.
So I didn't ask what was coming later.
Every culture has a hot pocket, am I right? They're so good.
Right.
There's always some kind of something.
Are you religious, Rojo? You were raised religious, right?
I was raised Catholic. Went to youth group. Did all that stuff. I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know where I land on it now. I'm not active. I'm not. I think we've talked about this. I feel weird sometimes praying because I feel like I only pray for shit I need, and then I go, well, that's kind of trash. You can't only ask for favors. Every now and then you should be able to go, hey, man, thank you. This shit's pretty cool.
Throw out some you don't mean, like the Olympians. Give them a prayer,
But sure, but in this world, you would go, God should know I don't mean it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
in this case,
it sounds like you can say yes, you are, because you have the guilt of a Catholic man. So I think I
definitely have the guilt. Yeah,
that's half the belief.
No, I just need to finish the other half.
It's just funny when somebody says, I don't know where I stand. Like, okay, when's your next church date? Yeah, okay. So I guess I do know where I stand.
Sure, but I also don't necessarily think I gotta go see a dude talk to me about it.
Yeah, you're just not
I don't
doing
think
anything.
I gotta go to a church to that. That's such a weird kind of, this is the only place you quote unquote can praise, or this is where you're supposed to praise at.
Right, but you're not substituting something else for it.
No, yeah, you're right. I'm not holding Bible study in my house.
You meet God and you go, oh, I didn't know I had to go somewhere to praise you, and he's like, "Yeah,
I
you
bet I
didn't.
could talk my way out of that.
You
I
could
bet
have
I could. I bet I could get in. If that's the only thing holding me back, just not
Yeah.
physically showing up, I bet I could get in.
You don't think he'd go? Yeah, you could have been anywhere, shithead. I saw it. You weren't anywhere. Oh, I
Believe
just
it
didn't
now.
think of church.
Stop living in the past, God. Live in the right now, baby. We here. Let's start new.
How's it going now that things are opening up? Is it nerve-wracking? Is it just thank goodness?
I'm a little worried about these Delta numbers that people keep popping up now.
Now the president just said yesterday, he had to do a
Which one?
special presentation. The Biden president this time.
Your president, okay.
Right. And
Shit. Wow. Okay.
and he said he had to explain to people like, hey, seriously, you got to get the vaccine. Now with the Delta bullshit, this thing, more people are getting sick. I'm kind of looking at like, but at this point, don't those people just die? And
I do understand. Yes, I do. Part of me feels like that, where you go, everybody's had ample time to get the vaccine.
Right.
In America, at least. You can get it anywhere if you really want it. If somebody doesn't get it and they get sick, I have very little sympathy for that.
Right. And
now.
Luckily, I don't have close friends that are fucking morons. So all those people do have the vaccine. So anybody that I'm thinking, I'll be like, if you die, you die. You're not really that close to me anyway. You have a friend of a friend that I'm not going to miss. I don't even have you in my phone. So
I got some people close to me who won't get it.
Really?
Yeah. And you're just like, man, we've had the conversations and
Right.
you go, I can't.
What's the reasoning? What is the most popular right now?
The stuff I've heard is still the lack of trust from either government, doesn't matter, from the government in general. And it's, I don't know where, I've heard this a couple times where there's an altered DNA thing where
you turn
technically I'm not sure if it was Pfizer, but there was one of them that had there was something that came out that was saying that it could alter your DNA.
Was that the Johnson & Johnson one?
I honestly, I couldn't, I don't even want to say which, because I don't remember. This is a very half-assed attempt I'm giving you of relaying this message.
Well, right. And what does it mean to us non-scientific people anyway? If you told me that it changed your DNA, I'd be like, well, of course it's protecting me. I assume so.
My biggest defense is, I don't think I'm that important in this grand scheme of the world. If presidents are getting, if scientists are getting it, if doctors are getting it, I don't think I'm the one. I'm trickling down getting a shitty you know what I mean? Like, there's too many people getting the vaccine for me to be genuinely worried about the long-term effect of this, I guess.
I wonder if people really think they can commit a crime and then get the shot and their DNA changed, and so that blood doesn't mean nothing now.
Man, that'd be terrifying if that's why the numbers started going up again of why they start getting vaccine finally. If you sold it to people like that,
right,
you could be someone else.
I heard it changes your DNA. Oh, it changes your DNA. They're not even thinking about it that way. They're just thinking about it. Well, here's a bullshit excuse. Changing my DNA. Like that, what does that mean? Anyway, the end.
I do think I took it too early. The
shot.
Longer you wait it, the better the prizes are getting.
Yeah, no shit.
Shit keeps getting. We're up to 100, straight 100 now. We have to straight cash. Just God, please take it.
And Biden said something like that. He said, and I know maybe you're thinking, hey, I already got it. How's that fair? And I'm like, yeah, what's he gonna say? And he's like, well, it is. Anyway, everybody, please just fucking get it. I'm like, all right, I guess we can't go back in time.
A part of me believes that I don't think it's going to be a larger number than 10% more who hasn't gotten it, because there's some stragglers that, like, quote, didn't have time, let's say, for example. Okay. That are not,
but all right.
I get it. That are not anti-vaxxers. They just are getting to their appointment. Okay, fine.
Let's pretend. Okay.
Let's pretend. Let's do that. And then, but I don't think I think if you don't believe in the vaccine, when would you take it? That's it. It's done. It seems like 40%
it's
of
done.
our country here is just never going to take it.
It'll get to the point where everybody's as bold as me and Rojo and being like, if you die, you die. Then this is the world.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a
Still-
big number. You
It
just
is.
go like, so, because 40% at that point, you go, well, this ain't never going away.
Right.
That's too many people to ever truly go, this doesn't exist anymore.
Right. Yeah. I don't think people understand that those are the consequences. Remember when in the beginning of this, they were like, stay home for 2 weeks. Okay. 2 more weeks. Okay. Now it feels very, very permanent. Like this is our new life because
And everybody was a scientist too. They're like, okay, 2 months, I could see that. There's
Right.
no disease that lasts longer than that.
yeah. I mean, listen to people talk. They were like, remember in the pandemic? I'm like, we're still
Right.
there. We are still in pandemic. I think what they mean is when we were under quarantine.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
But wasn't that fun? Wasn't that a fun 3 weeks? No mask. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it.
I mean, I just don't golly, I had something good and I lost it. All right. I
Care
got
that's
for
the
people.
vaccine, losing your memory. Just
that's
kidding.
probably what it is.
Holy shit. I'm afraid to
Oh,
joke
that's
about
what it was. I give a pass to like people shitting on the CDC and Fauci, and they're like, oh, these idiots don't know. It's like, yeah, nobody knows, but I trust them. They're gonna know a little more than I fucking know. This is a once in a lifetime thing. Nobody knows. If we're comparing it to the Spanish flu, shut the fuck up. You don't know. That's wild. That's the closest you got. 1918.
We've been here
we don't
before.
fucking know, but they're trying. Motherfuckers are trying.
Right. And I scrolled down. Jesus is your vaccine. So I'm gonna guess I'll listen to these guys that told me not to eat too much shit from people's assholes because of the virus. Oh well. Are you dating or anything like that? Does this affect any of that?
The COVID, the quarantine was pretty quiet.
Okay.
A lot of me time.
Okay.
I'm dating. I'm not dating a person. I've had a couple very fun 3 to a month relationships.
Okay.
It's a long time for you.
3 weeks a month. Yeah, I mean, but it's been whirlwinds. It's been full rom-coms. And then, I mean, the ups and everything. It's nice. We walking through Brooklyn, like, just very comfortable. And then
do that during, is it
live
offensive
here.
during, this pandemic and the woman dumps you and she's basically saying, I'd rather risk death than stick with you a little
then
longer.
stick with the same person. Yeah.
Who's losing interest first in these 3 to 4 weeks? Because we have a buddy named Newsy, and he's like, I think that I lose interest and always will. I think I need to stop putting other people in the scenario where I promise them I'm this kind of person.
I wouldn't say I've lost interest. 2 people were here for a couple months, and then one person's leaving to start a program they're studying, and another person left who doesn't live here.
Okay. So you're having vacation sex.
So yeah, so it's just like, but it's like, oh, these weeks I really enjoy spending this time with this person, and we're like, I'm gonna see you as much as I can while you want to see me, but I'm aware you're leaving. I'm not doing long distance.
Oh my God, this is perfect. I just came up with a solution for our buddy Newsy. You need to move into a tourist town. You need to be somebody's fun vacation. And then like you said, you're living through a rom-com. Yes, I want to do all these romantic things. And then at the end, there's like sort of an expiration date.
Yeah, and nobody's a bad guy here.
Yeah. Wow.
You hear that?
You hear that, Susan? Nobody's a bad guy here.
Let me share some with you, and then I have a funny dating article I read. Anyway, 2021, mental health is finally a thing. Let me remind you about BetterHelp. So many people are struggling right now. They're not feeling like their normal selves. The president had to come on TV and go, please, it's a tough time to be alive. Therapy helps. And it doesn't have to be sitting around just talking about your feelings. So what is it exactly? It's whatever you want it to be. You can privately talk to someone if you feel like you're not dealing well with stress or you're having relationship issues. Whatever you need, it's time to stop being ashamed of normal human struggles. Start feeling better. All right, here's what you do. BetterHelp listener. Let's see, listeners of Keith and the Girl. BetterHelp's going to give you 10% off your first month at BetterHelp, HELP.com/KATG. BetterHelp.com/KATG. Join the millions of people, including Kemda, who are seeing what therapy is really all about. See if it's for you. You're your greatest asset.
Yeah. What you could use them for is to run your mouth to them.
Mhm.
And then you sort of get a gauge of, yeah, I should share this information with other people. It won't affect me negatively. Like
Right.
really do go like, I was thinking of saying this to my best friend. And then your therapist can go, really? What do you expect when you say that? And they don't even tell you if to do it or don't do. They sort of, once you say something out loud, that changes it. And then once you have a response of, what do I ask myself? That's the next question. How do I have this information? What's the next step to go? It's nice to bounce that off of somebody else who's neutral, who's not trying to be on your side in terms of like, get what you want no matter what. It's on your side going, what's going to be the best case scenario for you and everybody else around so that you can do the things you need to do with less chaos.
Do you ever tell them, okay, I'm ready to begin and you have to listen? I can talk
You
about
know-
anything. You have
No, but
to.
I tell them that you talk like that.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I knew it. So
Do you walk
BetterHelp.
in with a plan already? Do you,
you
walk
walk
in
in?
going, today we gonna work on this, or is it just kind of free flowing?
Sometimes like, okay, so I've been there where I'm like, today I'm reading you my text and you tell me which one of us is insane, right? And I will happily read it verbatim. And they don't think that that's psychotic. So that's nice. And then there are days where like, I have nothing to say. So
Let's
looks
read
like-
your texts. And they have to by law.
So like, you ask the right questions and you make conversation. I don't want to feel pressure like I'm going on a date and I have to be, on and consistent and whatever. I have gone into the session going like, yeah, I got nothing. So you're up.
Right. BetterHelp.com/KTG. All right. Here's the article I said, and I see these every so often. 2 pairs of identical siblings, Vanessa and Carissa Darpino, plus Lucas and Jacob Sealby,
Ugh.
are dating each other and
Yeah.
living together.
Okay. I
No.
think, this is one of those things where it's like, this is not for us. These twins have a very special bond that we will just not be able to be cool with. But I do believe they're setting themselves up for us to look at them like, so you're interchangeable. Is that what because we keep
Right.
saying we don't know which one of you is which. And you're like, how can you say that? And it's like, but you're creating an atmosphere where
It
One
could
of
happen.
you-
Right.
you're literally dressed the same. Your hair is put in the exact same space.
Yeah.
And you finish each other's sentences, which means you having the same thought, but I can't look at you like you're interchangeable. This is difficult.
We live together. Maybe twins maybe it's something like it's so maybe you don't have all your DNA because half of it went to the twin and those people don't have auras. If I'm watching TV,
I did not expect that. I didn't expect the word aura. Okay.
I'm watching TV and my girlfriend's twin, and they think it's funny, do the hair the same and the clothes the same, comes in the room. I just go like, not turned on at all. And I look to see who it was. Yeah, who gives a fuck? It's you.
Right.
Is my sister is your sister that gets me rock hard around? Because I want to feel something,
That's true.
but not you at all. I get up to go to the bathroom. I know you're not my girlfriend because you're not in my bed. And I pass you though.
In the same nightie
Right.
as your sister.
And I'm like, oh, hey, it's you. I'm going to go back and we're going to fuck again. But that's only because I'm into the sister. It had nothing to do with running into you.
do you think that they think of the other twin sometimes when they're having sex?
Say that one more time.
I'm sorry. Like I'm married to one of the twins, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking of the other one.
Yeah, but you don't even know you're thinking.
No, the
of it.
only difference is just a mole. It's just
Right.
you're picturing a mole on the side because everything else looks the
But, I
same.
know, but it's only in my head that she has a mole. So
Or if she does have a mole, she makes you stare at it when you're fucking. Like, don't be thinking, no, we're not doing it from behind. You look at my mole, you know it's me.
oh God. Oh my God. How do you okay, so I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but you ever like see someone and you think it's the person you're dating and it turns out it's not, but you already like tapped them or I don't know, somebody this like over 20 years ago, this dude thought he saw me. So he's put his arms around some stranger and he's like, holy
Right.
shit, because it was from behind or whatever. I mean, unless that was an excuse, but
Right.
it's over.
I've almost done that. I've seen the back of Kyle and I'm like, oh, let me just grab her real quick. I'm like, that wasn't her. That was a good choice.
Right. So now there
That's
is
the kids.
Yeah, but here they never fuck up. It was one of the kids. Yeah.
but now there's someone who actually does look like them. So it's like Keith, you were saying
Yeah.
from behind, you look like the thing that I'm interested in.
I
You
can tell
guys
now.
act the same. You say that, you're half of a person. And I believe you. I believe that there is a bond, like you guys have made it very clear. There
Right.
is a very special bond. You do feel your twins, this, that, and the next. I don't even know how to explain it. And I don't think you do, but it's very special. But yeah, in the same house.
The
Come
two
on.
sets of lookalike siblings were introduced in June of last year, 2020.
What, at a twins convention? Because they do find each other.
The sisters are physical trainers. The brothers are in sports medicine. So each set also has the same job.
Come on.
Yeah, but when you talk about what you do as opposed to your sister, it bores the shit out of me. But when your sister talks about it, the intellectualism is the turn on.
I just think there's something so wild that both siblings had to at the beginning go, hey, which one you into?
Yeah.
There's nothing we're
They just
splitting
agree.
hairs over. You're like, which one do you kind of like more?
I want Bob. I want Sean. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
How do you decide that?
You feel it. That's a silly question. So
Huh. Huh.
they get
I hate
together.
and love Keith. And Keith is the worst. You just feel connection. Everybody just knows this.
Hello. You know that's what they're saying, these fucking assholes. You know they're very pretentious. You wouldn't even get it. It's not like that. How isn't it? Ew, gross. Anyway.
I
Me
wish one
too.
of them was triplets.
And you don't think, and like between four people, one of them had to be a little pushed. Like, please, it'll be the cutest fucking thing ever. There's at least one out of four that were like, this seems, I don't know, seems okay, but it's been a month. Yeah. But I mean, the magic of this happening will be in all the papers.
But think about the money we save on rent. There's 2 bedroom, 2 bath. We just need
Right.
one more. Come on, girl. What you doing?
And
Okay.
you'll take half the space because you use the exact same products as your sister.
Oh my God. This is so.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Clothes and the space.
it's the same perfume, but I could tell the difference.
Yeah, but then the 2 closets look the same because they dress the same every day instead of sharing a closet.
Yeah.
You know what would be crazy though? Triplets who met twins, and now
Mhm.
only one is left out. Oh boy.
Vanessa, 25, met Lucas, 29. One of my clients is a nurse who treated Lucas at the hospital urgent care, but I really think they should put in parentheses what it was for. She told me he was a twin and thought the 2 boys would get on really well with my sister and I. So some fifth party said,
This is what I already don't like this because if you go, hey, Rojo, I think you'd like this person. I go, why? And you go, because they're Puerto Rican. And you go, that's not cool. You're like, oh, I think you like these twins. Why? Because you're a fucking twin. So I assume
Agreed.
I gotta be together, right?
right.
And it's so not personal because it's like, hey, one of you will like one of you and the other one will like the other one. It's
Right.
You're not even saying Cindy, I think you'd like Greg and Patrice, I think you'd like Bob. It's just one of you will like the other. So just walk in one at a time so it could be a little easier.
Right. We had feelings right away and fell in love very quickly. So Vanessa had feelings for Lucas right away and fell in love. But again, there'll be no confusion with the brother. The more we talked, the more we connected, and it just felt meant to be. A quick 3 months after that, first date in September, they all agreed to move in.
Nope.
We're all best friends and get along so well. Not too well that it's weird.
No, I
Totally
think that
separate
mean-
people,
I
but
think
very well.
I think they fucking. I think everybody's swinging.
By
What's the
accident,
difference?
I think they-
fucking, yeah.
I think no, but no, I don't like no nobody that good friends. They gonna be 30.
Now
I
that we
think
live
this is a mix
together,
and match.
yeah. Now that we live together, they're closer than ever. Then what? 3 months ago?
Then
Oh, you got
strangers.
closer.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's never follow-ups on these stories. Because I know that we've had stories like this before, and I just wish you might recall our story from last year about these 4 people. They all broke up.
Wouldn't it be
Little
great
update.
if one twin knew how to swim and the other one didn't?
Mm.
How do you
That's
tell
the
the
only way they
difference?
can tell them apart.
Yeah, throw them in the ocean.
By tossing them in some body of water and see who survives.
Because he couldn't swim, and that was my boyfriend. Just wanted to be sure.
I would love to interview these people because it is fascinating. I do believe you. Unlike other sort of mysticism or some other whatever, there's something that is to be believed here. Like I believe you when you say you have a bond. I believe you when you say, I don't know, these twins, are something magical about me and that you always get together with another pair of twins. There's something to it. You all keep repeating it. What is this?
I guarantee that if one of the dudes gets in an accident, gets a slice on his face, it's expected that the other brother slices his face. These are a bunch of freaks, and they do, again, when you're dressing up to look like each other, you're doing it for the joke. You like the gimmick, and you're going to be tough to live with.
Dressing up to look like each other as adults is an interesting choice.
It's a interesting choice.
Yeah, like as children, I could see where that's cute. But as
Right.
adults, it's very interesting.
But are you saying exact outfits or like
Exact outfit.
okay, because it's not like color coordinated. It's like, oh, if you wear this, I'll wear
Both.
this, and together we look like an ensemble.
No, it's not a genre of fashion.
Clothes, right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the same clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like you go to an Upper East Side home and like all the moms and all the dads are sort of dressed in the same. You all get
Yeah.
coloring in your hair, sort of the same. No, it's this is a striped shirt with this exact pants. We bought 2 of them. We buy 2 of everything so that we can go out, down to like some of them have bows in their hair. They'll do their hair the same, put the bow in the same place. And I don't know, seeing adults like that it throws me off a little bit.
Hi, John. It's me, your girlfriend. Like, I can tell you're not. He just points to his dick, and nothing's going on. Nothing's happening. You got a little insulting, but you caught me. Okay. Never mind. Oh, well. Rojo Perez, the new album. It's available everywhere. It's called Words. And I've heard it. And there are.
I'm very impressed you listened to it.
Of course. You
I-
put in friends answering machine messages.
Yeah, you're like an old school it was it 80s or 90s rap where it's like they play boop.
Mhm.
Hey, Eminem, where you at? Marshall, come on. I got it. Hit me up. Blah blah blah. Boop. Turn
That's
me
all
up.
I wanted. That's
Yeah.
all I wanted.
I think he was just showing 10 times that he knows people.
That's it. And then gave him no credit, so I didn't have to pay him.
Right.
That's where you gotta be smart, baby.
Next you know, half the album's done, and you know people. Rojo Perez, follow him online also. Rojo Perez. Perez has 3 Z's. That's that. Okay.
I'm getting better at it. I'll change it one of these days.
No, I'm used to it now.
Well,
See?
you also have a very convenient rojoperez.com, not spelled with 3 Z's, and also Rojo spelled with a J, and you figure out where the J goes, or you're
Mhm.
racist, right?
The silent J before the R.
All right. I got to go to a swimming lesson, but it's good seeing you again.
It was nice knowing you, Keith.
Oh, no. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.